Back in the game and well at the top, a king of the ring and calling my spots. I'm raising the bar to crank it a notch. I'm full of mistakes, cause life is a botch. Lights can get brighter and brighter. I walk through that curtain, my levels get higher and higher. Studied the best, in this generation I'm next. Super Kid Party, no doubt we just hit a suplex. Hooker by crook, survive if I let you, they stand to their feet.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Fresh out the box. Stop, look and watch. Did you check your clock? Cause life, Botch. It's your boy, Hi-Lite Real, joined none other by my returning lovely co-host, as you know her. I know y'all missed the last week, but she back, y'all. Back in full effect. Miss Ash Benny. Welcome back, sis.
Well, I know I missed you guys last week. I was sad. But
Man, tell me,
mother, being a puppy mom.
Yeah, look, as long as the puppy is good, you know what I'm saying? That's what's important. You feel me? You have family members. So catch me up though, aside from being a puppy mom, sis. You know, how you been doing this week? You know, it's love season, so you see I had to swag it out just a little bit for the love season.
I know. I was trying to find some pink. I couldn't find anything. But
you good. You good, yeah. But how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Excited to celebrate Valentine's Day with the hubby this weekend. So it's good vibes. How you been?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've been really, really good. Shout out to my boy Derek for holding it down last week with us. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and Gresh, you know, we've been pulling him back into the wrestling world, and a little bit of what we're gonna talk about in this press conference. That actually reeled him completely back in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My boy said, I'm watching wrestling again every week now. Like, this got me intrigued. I'm like, yeah, we'll get into that. But your boy actually represented Life's a Botch. Me and Derek pulled up on Friday night to a wrestling event. Shout out to PCW Platinum Championship Wrestling. Went to support a couple of homies from the Independent Spotlight. If you haven't checked out those mini episodes, y'all make sure y'all go tune in and check those out. We just had the episode with Trey Shaw the Ripper, aka Shaw the Ripper, just dropped as of yesterday. So make sure y'all tune episode 3, and of course the previous episode with my boy Deion Summers. But yo, we were in the building, Ash. This is where I wish I had you with me. I kid you not. We were in live attendance, man, and y'all. When we get this content edited and posted, let's just say some stuff went down during one of my interviews.
Okay.
And don't think Mr. Hoochie Daddy Ajism is your name, right? Hoochie Daddy is what they call you. Mr. PCW champion. Yeah, don't think I forgot about you, bro. I'm coming for you. You tried to challenge my title with your title, huh? Don't worry. It's coming. It's going down. Best believe that. Try me again. You know what I'm saying? Try Jesus. Don't try me, buddy. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen. But we here. You know what I'm saying? We in the building. You know. So shout out to my boy Derek. We have some dope content, and so now we gonna be posting that on the socials pretty soon. But I can't, man. Listen. We gotta. It just told me that when we get together and link up in person again, we gonna be doing so many live contents with some of these wrestlers out here, boy. Because oh my God, was that fun?
Yeah,
it was cool. It was cool, kayfabing the character and putting it in a different universe for Life's a Botch. But you know, aside from that, sis, we good. Like you said, you know, celebrated the anniversary with my future wifey. You know, she ain't wifey yet, but she about to get to that point. So the thing about it is, you know, we celebrated 2 years together yesterday, and so now we getting ready to celebrate Valentine's this evening. You know what I'm saying? Kayfabe for you folks that's, you know, listening to this after the fact. So happy Valentine's Day to y'all.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure by this point it's already Valentine's Day by the time y'all hear this. Well beyond. So everybody have a happy Valentine's Day and enjoy yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Even if you solo dolo, still enjoy yourself. That's all I'm saying. Treat yourself to dinner. You know what I mean? Something.
Movie night, glass of wine, do you?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to toast yourself and date yourself, man. But anyways, you know, we got a loaded show for y'all, man. We're gonna chop it up about the press conference. the infamous press conference that they've been hyping up and blowing up. We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl halftime show that had ladies going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And of course, the Super Bowl in general. You know, for people who cared about that. And yeah, man. And of course, we're gonna get you into Benny's block because I know y'all missed it from last week. I did my best to do my own version. I haven't gave the name yet, but I did my best. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying. But we was there, and yeah, man, it was just a vibe, man. We're gonna make some stuff work this week with a lot of the topics for y'all. But real quick, sis, I gotta ask you before we even get into what's cooking. I gotta ask you about NXT Vengeance Day really quickly because I'm sure the people wanted to hear your thoughts last week. So briefly, tell the people, what did you think overall of NXT Vengeance Day?
Another solid NXT PLE. I mean, I feel like I just love NXT because every time they have a PLE, it kind of feels like we're now going into the next chapter. And there's a lot of story progression. There's a lot of really good things that are happening. I love the Wolf Dog, surprisingly. Like all of the stuff that they've been doing together. I'm happy that they won. I thought it was a fantastic setup for the main event. The women's matches were really good. Shout out to Lola Vice. Crazy. She's got more balls than Damian Priest. She's got more balls than Damian Priest. But
you know, my gripe with that, sis, was that I just really wish that she would have looked a lot smarter in the process of doing that. Because as I greatly told, shout out to my boy Gresh on Unleashed, catch us on Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock. But I was like, man, my guy, I mean, my love, you know, I said my love, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, my love, you couldn't do, because this is basically y'all version of Money in the Bank. So you mean to tell me you couldn't wait until these two women, you know, beat themselves so senseless that whoever won and came out on top, you could then just run right on in there, cash in, and then win the title? Why would you wait in the middle?
When her music hit mid-match, I was like what? Like, why? But after thinking about it, I like it because the triple threat cooked. Because at first I was like, oh, Lyra and Roxanne are cooking. I was kind of mad that Lola kind of interrupted the match. But after rewatching it, I watched it a second time. I was like, oh no, like the triple threat, they added like a certain intensity. Like you could see like Roxanne was pissed. So it added like a really, really good intensity and like kind of picked the match up and like picked momentum really, really well. Even though Lyra, I feel like the outcome was kind of predictable. I was rooting for Roxanne though.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, when Lola got up in there, I was Slick rooting for her, man. I was like, oh, she gonna do it. She gonna do it. Like, do it. Right? Kind of like my boy Overfemi, you know, like get in there, get your, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't meant to be right now, so it is what it is.
I don't know. Couple more reps.
So inevitably, I think I did see your tear emojis when it came to Mr. Carmelo Hayes. Inevitably giving the world the biggest middle finger of the obvious thing that we knew it was you, my guy. But the fact that you finally pulled the trigger.
I was like, this ain't you, King. I was like, this ain't you.
Man,
it hurt. But honestly, to me, like this is because you know, I feel like NXT especially, they love the model of the best friend breakup.
Yes.
This is the best friend breakup since I dare say Sasha and Bailey. Like the level of intensity, like this to me feels like this match at Stand and Deliver is going to be fantastic. Like I cannot wait to see this match. I love the whole heel turn. I feel like it was extra. It made it hurt even more because he, up until the very end, he was playing Shrek. He was like, "It's okay, it's okay. It wasn't your night. We're still brothers. I love you." Whatever he was saying, just for him to turn around and be like, take the chair.
I know, man. Shout out to my boy Trick for the fact that they've been doing exactly what I hoped they would do and keeping him selling this and being off TV. Yeah, we still ain't seen him second straight week now, so you know that pop,
yeah,
gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? But man, sis, like, yeah, it was a dope, and we can't forget our classic traditional logo making you think the show was over.
Yes,
Before he
yes.
actually gave the
Trademark goes
title.
up. I was like, okay. But I could tell by the sinister look in Carmelo's eyes. Like the minute Trick turned around, I was like, oh no. I was like,
yeah, he's gonna do it. Yeah.
Nice tonight. And plus he was wearing the Shawn Michaels evil fit essentials. Like he had the black, he had the black jeans. He just looked like a villain. He just walked into the building looking like a villain. I was like, oh no. There was like a really side-by-side photo of him and Shawn Michaels that was going viral on Twitter a couple weeks back.
Girl, you ain't lying. I didn't even think about that, but he sure was. Yeah, that was the Shawn Michaels special, bro.
Yeah,
that was the all black. Like, that's crazy.
But also, early match of the year contender between Ilya and Trick.
Yes.
If I were Mello, I completely understood Mello because that man is a star. Like that man is a star. They need to trap the rocket on Trick. Like when he comes back, no games. When he comes back, no games. He needs to finish this. Mello needs to get called up, and now NXT is Trick's playground.
I'm gonna ask you this before we get into what's cooking, but I'm gonna ask you this. I was listening. Shout out to the Job and Tears podcast. I was listening to them give their reaction, and I heard them mention. I think this was Job and Tears. I heard it on. It might not. It might have been Wrestlemania, but wherever I heard this, it led me to think. I never thought about it that way, but that actually would be a better way for Trick to get the championship. All due respect, as much as we wanted him to beat Ilya,
yeah.
What if Mello beats Ilya? They run it back one more time, right? He beats Ilya. Trick then comes back. They face each other at Stand and Deliver, which is the biggest stage for them.
Yeah.
He beats Mello, gets his due diligence, and a pop of a lifetime, and is officially the guy, right?
I would love that.
Man.
I mean, honestly, I feel like there's so many combinations and so many ways that they could go with it because obviously Mello, he's kind of putting himself back into the main event scene. Trick's been there for a little bit, and then we have like the amazing champion that is Ilya. And so it's like I feel like the combination of the three, like even if they wanted to do a triple threat, like they have the story to do it. So hats off to Shawn, man.
Come on.
If nobody got me, Shawn got me. That's why I always say every week. Women aren't booked. It's okay, man. Tuesday they are.
Listen, if you didn't say, oh, that reminds me, ladies and gentlemen, real quick breaking news before I think about it and forget about it. Y'all, I have got to say this, and I got to say this right now. We got a birthday shout out to give right now. In live time for us, now by the time this episode posts, it would have been past the point. But in this moment,
yes,
we're going to sit here and we're going to say, special happy birthday to our sister out there / sponsor, the Valentine Key, Miss Kiera, baby, turning the big 35 on today out there representing for the AKAs. Happy birthday, sis. Nothing but love. Keep doing your thing. We're gonna get her on the show with y'all one time. She's more of the behind the scenes type, but we're gonna get her on here. Don't worry. I'm working on. We got Women's Month coming up, so y'all might not see me a lot throughout the month of March, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna step back and let the ladies take over. So Ash gonna be pointing it a lot throughout that month. Just with different ladies that want to come on and talk some wrestling, So that being said, let's get right into our favorite segment. Everybody knows what it is. Inspired by the man that is being booed and talked about and just literally yet again doing his thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about none other than What's Cooking, inspired by none other than The Rock himself. Let's get into some things. Real quick. First thing I'm gonna talk about is man, we had a very interesting kickoff. Look, can we talk about how Las Vegas has just been winning all week?
Yeah. And they had FS1 too. Like, even though people were talking about FS1 was kind of a mess, but like they've been like getting chosen. They've been getting chosen. And I'm like,
yeah, man. Come on now. See, as a person who's been to Vegas quite often, I was sitting there looking at that strip and I'm looking at First Take out there. I'm looking at WWE out there. I'm looking at the Super Bowl out there. And I'm just like, man, gosh, this is the moment I really wish I was in Vegas more than anything. I mean, I'm like, that strip is popping probably now. Like, bro.
Last weekend, I know those streets were packed.
Yeah, man. Like one thing I love about the strip is that you just never know who you walk into. And given all of those things going on at once, that means you probably saw hella wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hella content creators, given all the media people that came out there, which is wild that they paid $2,500 just to meet Cody and not even be able to record an interview with Cody.
Yeah.
What? I said, wait a minute.
Yes, that's bull.
So let me get this straight. As a press media person, you want me to pay $2,500 to fly out there to kick it with Cody, but I can't interview him? Are you serious? Man, get out of here. Come on, WWE. Don't do me like that.
That's wild.
But we still want that credit though. You know what I'm saying? So holla at us so we can get some media passes. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. But yeah, man, Vegas gets the win for me this week. That city did its thing all week, man. They represented in all sports, and wrestling won that week as well because of the fact that it was pretty much competing with the Super Bowl and still got talked about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Like, wow. Yeah. So when you saw that press conference, what was your initial reaction upon seeing how The Rock, Dwayne, however you want to say it? It feels weird if I call him Dwayne because that's my name. So it's like I have a hard time calling that because now I feel like I'm talking about myself. Yeah. But nonetheless, how did that initially feel for you? Like just seeing the whole scene, you know what I'm saying? Even with the ladies, because the ladies don't get talked about enough as far as the bars Becky Lynch was giving.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I have thoughts on that.
Okay.
But my whole thing is that one, I love where this is going. I love where the potential of where this has to go. I personally I know, hold on, everybody. I know everybody's got their toilet paper in hand, but I was Team Rock versus Roman. I know. Put down your pitchforks. I know. Hear me out first, okay?
Come on, girl.
But so I was it was a roller coaster from Cody winning the Rumble to being like, oh, and then The Rock obviously coming back and making that announcement to being like, oh, to then all of the internet anger and backlash back down to then now the press conference where Triple H seemingly confirms that this is Rock versus Cody. This is Cody's year. He's finishing the story. So I was like, okay. What a journey we went on here. For me, like my biggest takeaway, one, is that I don't know how I feel about the potential of like where they're going in terms of this being like a tag match night one. That's like my biggest worry. Is like I understand that they have to pivot. It seems to be that like it's the season of pivoting for WWE. Like that's like what they've been doing for the past couple of months with all the injuries and stuff that's been going on, controversies as well. So I get it. Like they had to pivot away from that, but still somehow find a way to include The Rock. But for me, it kind of makes Seth just look super inferior. In every single way. Like for me, like my biggest issue with this right now is how this whole entire situation makes Seth look. I know that that's probably not what you were expecting me to say or expecting what my perspective to be on that was, but I was just kind of pissed because I was like, Seth looks like a backup dancer when he is a main player. Because especially after Roman cut that biting promo, like my little brother, Seth Rollins.
Twice.
Exactly. No pop. Like, Like,
Oh man.
annihilated him. To then say that it is a secondary title for that Raw that week, for Seth to double down and say, no, Cody, I want you to face me at the Rumble, to then that Thursday, Cody picking, not Seth, picking Roman again. It just makes Seth look so like it is a secondary title. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that was like very, I feel like in a lot of ways they're kind of just like taking things as they go and just being like very responsive with this, which it makes me excited, but at the same time it makes me very worried, because I want to make sure that all parties are being booked to look like stars and
True.
nobody is receiving like any short end of the stick. Because now, what, on this past Raw, Seth was saying that he's going to be Cody's backup.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. I mean, at the end of the day, that's exactly what he said. Like, I'll be your shield in a sense. And I'm like, you know, shout out to my lady, because she's a pretty big, her biggest, I'd say number one, number two is Seth Rollins and Liv Morgan. And we'll get into Liv when we get to Biddy's block. But, like Seth, I tried to explain this to her because she's an old-fashioned girl, so it's like it was kind of hard to kind of explain it, but you'll understand what I mean when I say this, Ash. I'm pretty sure you're old-fashioned, but you kind of also understand this. Yeah. Seth basically is pretty much being a side hoe at the end of the day, and he okay with it. That man is like, yo, why don't you come wife me up? Come wrestle me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why, I'll think about it. I do like you. This could work, but yeah, my obsession with my main here is really what I'm thinking about right now. Exactly. You good pleasure. We had fun. Yeah. We had our bangers. Yeah. Right. But here we are. We had our bangers, but look at us now. So Seth, man, dog, like, man, come on, bro. You gotta. And why do you care? Why do you care? That's what a lot of people have been asking.
People were like, why isn't Jay helping Cody? Listen to me. Stop this. I'm like, stop this. Stop this now. Stop this. Because at the end of the day, these people are not signing up to be lackeys. Like, this is Mania season. Like, nobody is meant to. But I'm kind of hoping that Seth kind of turns and does something wild, like kind of like exerts our expectations, and he's Seth. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm kind of hoping that he's like, I'll be your shield. But in the last moment, he's just like, Ming, you know it's gonna be you. It's never gonna be you. Like, I would love that. I personally would love that. But
it would make him stand out a lot more if he does. He needs something like that, bro. Bro, like, to get. It's funny, that press conference, everybody got a little brother in some kind of way except for The Rock. At the end of the day, Rock comes in and it's like, okay, let me get this straight. Roman, little brother's you, Seth. And then Roman, kind of somewhat little brother's you, Cody, to some degree, only because he got you in the fact of you ain't on this level yet. You ain't got here yet. Yeah. Hence I'm where you're trying to get to. So he kind of little brothered you a little bit.
Trying to use leverage. Yeah, trying to use his leverage.
Matter of fact, I'll put it this way. He middle child Cody. That's what he did. He middle child you. He middle child you. He little brother Seth. He middle child you. And then he got little brother by The Rock. Because you didn't hear much out of him the moment The Rock stepped in. And then it was just like, look how quiet. Roman, I haven't seen you this quiet in a while, buddy. Yeah. Why you just background now?
Roman, I have nothing to say. It's the dynamics, the way the dynamics changed to me was fascinating. Like, I feel like there's a lot of potential for this to go in a really, really super interesting way. And like, I'm happy because a couple, like maybe like 2 weeks ago with CM Punk getting injured, things were kind of looking like, where are we going? Like, where are we headed? But I'm excited. I'm here for the journey.
For sure. Yeah, man. So shout out to an epic press conference. Your boy Jay is interesting because he is getting his own path. Yes, Ash.
Yeah.
What you
But also, speaking of CM Punk, shout out to CM Punk because he had the funniest moment in the press conference where he was like, me personally, he was like, I wouldn't take that. Cody, he's too middle of the road. He needs to slap The Rock in the face. Who thinks that Cody should slap The Rock in the face? And The Rock is just NPC character in the background, like staring at him.
The ultimate, I'm talking about the ultimate instigator if I ever seen one. And I'm like,
I love it.
you know, man, you must still be feeling very sour from 2013, my guy. You still in your feels, ain't you? I got you. You know. I'm like, because if I'm right, I could have just easily got that mic back and be like, didn't I beat you in 2013? Why are you talking? That's what you could have said, but you know, it's just like, you know, it is what it is. The stare did enough, you know.
Yeah,
but
I was happy he had some involvement. But
I'm telling you, yeah, it's gonna be a lot more than that. Give us more of him on the press conference, please. Like we need more CM Punk on.
Put him on commentary, please. Like, let those rumors be true. Put him on commentary. Put him on, especially for NXT. I feel like he would eat commentary on NXT because, like Booker, he's out for a couple weeks with for medical.
Yeah.
They put Byron in, and I like Byron, but I feel like CM
lack
Punk
of season.
Hilarious fit.
A little lack of season, just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Shout out to Byron. We love Byron. He just, just a little lack of season.
Just needs that emerald, like bam, you know.
So let's get into it, sis. This has been an interesting week in music. Apparently, so Miss Lotto, shout out to Lotto, shout out to Atlanta, all that good stuff, man. Lotto released a song called Sunday Service on last Friday and posted some visuals of her in a room with pictures of all famous all-time, both current, past, and present female MCs all blurred out in the face. Well, the eyes anyway, but you can still tell and make out who was who. Including herself though, even with her rapping, her own face being, blurted out.
As well, yeah.
And
friends and
so apparently of one of those females on the wall, apparently one of those females has a legit beef with her. Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently, Lotto was quoted saying that Sunday Service was not a diss track. It was not any of that. She was like, people drawn to conclusions, quick to just do things. Like, she was like, if I wanted to beat smoke, let's go, buddy. I came up on a competition show. So, like, you want smoke. I ain't ducking no smoke. But she was like, this is not a diss track. Yet, Miss Ice Spice over here, Miss Curly Fro, she makes it known that her song, Think You the Ish, was definitely a diss song towards Lotto.
Yeah.
And made it very public. No, that was a diss to you.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about New York and Atlanta, but they just all, for some reason, that rivalry just continues to just still show itself. I don't know what's a worse rivalry sometimes, New York and Atlanta or Atlanta and New Orleans. I don't know, but Atlanta got beef with two different cities, and it's just hilarious how it is so what it is. But yeah, man. So Lotto was like, okay, bet, and to my understanding, she a few bars were directed towards her. But the song was already kind of made before this all happened. So I guess she kind of adjusted a few bars just to throw some more shots. But if this little beef gets to escalation after we just talked about Nicki Minaj and Meg Stallion, right? This young girl beef between these two youngins. How do you feel about that? You up for the sport or no?
I'm in for the sport of it. I'm definitely in for the sport of it. I love both parties. So it's different from the Nikki and Meg. Like with the Nikki and Meg situation, like I was kind of just like more so like Nikki, like I'm not even like Nikki, just like it's corner, like timeout time. Like I don't know what's going on, but we need to chill. Whereas like the Ice Spice and Lotto situation, it does kind of feel like a tit for tat kind of beat where they're both kind of up and coming artists. They obviously see each other in their own two separate lanes, but a lot of fan bases have been comparing the two in terms of fashion, in terms of lyrical content, and then also comparing them as artists as well, which can of course create a little animosity between some people and being like, oh no, I'm definitely better than that girl and I'm definitely better than that girl. And when Ice Spice was on that, like she got that snippet leaked of her being like, oh, I don't even know why she had me play, like had me in the background of her weak ass snippet or whatever she said. In my head, I was like, Ice, chill. Because Lotto really rap. Lotto really rap. And here's the thing. Lotto pulled up to, I'm from the Bronx. Lotto pulled up to our hood, Ice. 40 black Suburbans. We gotta chill. 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 Like, don't do this to the Bronx. Don't do this to the Bronx.
Look, she said Clayco ain't playing, baby. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, technically, you know, my girl is from Atlanta. I'm not completely from Atlanta, so the thing about it is, I've just lived out here long enough. I'm still learning it as I go. But the thing about it is, my girl's true Atlanta.
Yeah.
True Atlanteans don't consider where she's from as Atlanta.
No, I've heard that.
Clayton is apparently its own thing. So just like where I live and where I'm at on the north side, where Migos and all them from, is considered its own thing, apparently. So, but to the outside world, it's all Atlanta.
Yeah.
So they say, right? So it's like,
all the culture.
Yeah and no, but you know, hey, it is what it is. So here's the thing. Clayco don't play. And she for real about that now. So look, Ice Spice, be careful now. Like you said, chill out. But I don't know, man.
I like it though. I like it though because I follow the girls. Like I love a lot of the women in hip hop today. So I see Ice. She's been poking Lotto. She's been poking Lotto low-key for months. So it's funny to kind of finally see a lot of these beefs reach like their explosion. So I'm curious to see where it's headed.
You know what?
At the end of the day.
Oh yeah, no, for real. Look, all I'm say is this before we move on is that I need that beef series to come back. Whoever used to do those, I'm gonna need y'all to like kind of bring that back because all these beefs. I need the behind the scenes on the Drake versus Pusha T beef. Y'all got so many different beefs over the years that y'all
Drake versus Kanye. Drake versus Kanye could be a four-part documentary miniseries.
Come on, man. What? Like beef. Whoever was making money off of that back in the day when y'all made the little DVDs and y'all made the series, bruh, bring that back. Please, I want to see. I enjoyed those little documentaries because they play the little snippets and lines and break it down, and you be like, "Oh wow!" And then they kind of tell you who won, who lost, or whatever, you know, stuff like that. So
yeah, I love stuff like that.
Hopefully, you know, we'll see. But speaking of beef, I'm sure a lot of you people had a lot of good eating. Pause. When it comes to Sunday, because I know Derek's cracking up when I said that. But I'm sure a lot of you guys and girls out there had a great time this past Sunday as we were all gathered with friends and family and loved ones watching the Super Bowl, right? At the end of the day, we know that my girl Ash is not the residential sports person. So as far as the Chiefs and the 49ers are concerned, that was background music. It is what it is, right? It was there for the vibes and the food and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
But the real talk of the show was the man who had residency in Vegas, dropped an album on Friday, turned around and killed the halftime show, bringing Atlanta to the world, y'all. Shout out to the A. And then turned around and now got ticket sales for a tour that he's going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who I'm talking about by now, I don't know what's wrong with you because how do you not know this, man? I'm talking about Ursha, baby. Sis, How did you enjoy that halftime show?
By the way, I got my Usher tickets for September. I'll see you
Ooh, okay,
soon, Usher.
I'll see you. All right, let's go.
I had to. But I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was honestly the best halftime show, maybe since maybe like the J Lo and Shakira one, just in terms of like the entertainment level, the choreo,
Mm-hmm.
the overall engagement throughout, and plus like when people were clowning Usher and being like Usher as the halftime, the same people were being like, I forgot Usher had this hit. I forgot Usher has so many hits. I'm like, duh.
Duh.
Usher. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, when I heard people saying that, I was dumbfounded. I was dumbfounded. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Bro, what? How do you see? Now, see, here's I'm gonna get into a potential that I got after Usher after seeing this. Because if people doing Usher like that, then the other guy I'm gonna recommend, they must have really forgot then, if that's the case. Because after seeing that, there's only one other person that will do exactly what this man did just as well. But I'll get to that in a second. Here's the thing. I will say that as a semi ATLian, like I said, I'm not completely Atlanta. I'm more Memphis first, y'all. That's my thing. I'm waiting on, shout out to my boy Playboy Rick, you know what I'm saying? Our boy Playboy Rick, he know what I'm talking about. But with the Atlanta in me still, I was proud. What I really enjoyed was the skates and bringing that Cascade feel.
That was dope.
Because nobody's done that. And I've seen a lot of those halftimes. Nobody's done that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, bro, I've never seen anybody perform on roller skates and sing. Like that's
that was really, really cool.
Yeah, so it was just like, I mean, from the appearances, shout out to everybody talking about Lil Jon and how lean and mean he looked, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
thanks.
okay, I see you got, her killing it with the guitar, bro, representing.
Brass Rock Angel. I loved it.
Come on now, you know what I'm saying? No, overall, man, that thing was really, really dope. The presentation, look, the sound. What really got me talking is I want to know. You mentioned top best one since Shakira and J-Lo, which for some reason people seem to have forgotten because I don't hear anybody talk about that. I was listening to the Breakfast Club and people were over here debating where they rank this amongst, let's just say, top 5 Super Bowl performances, right? Halftime. I gotta ask you now. Charlemagne the God seems to say that this is number 1 all time for him. Why? Wow. I don't know. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry.
Not why.
He didn't say, no, he didn't. I'm sorry. I take that back, y'all. He didn't put this number 1 because he put Prince number 1 because he said there's one element factor. It rained while he did Purple Rain, and he said you can't beat that because that's literally God. God just said, here you go, my guy. You can't beat natural element, right? But nonetheless, though, aside from that part, the thing about it was he was saying that it was over Michael Jackson's. And people were like, are you crazy? This man stood there for like 2 minutes and crowd went crazy. And he's like, yeah, in 1993, bruh, look at how much better things is now from that. It was kind of reminding me of these LeBron James people that sit here and talk about, oh, well, look at this time, this and that. And the Michael Jordan folks is like, do y'all know that if Jordan was in this same exact time, he'd probably be doing all of this, if not more, with today's technology? Like, you can't use the era you're stuck in as a bro. 20 years from now, what we got now gonna be 10 times better than what you looking at. What you gonna say then? So I want to know, where are you ranking this in comparison to the Beyoncés, the Brunos, the Michael Jacksons and the Princes? Where is this ranking for you? Top 5 out of your top 5.
Top 5? That's hard because like automatic spots, Beyonce, Prince, Michael.
Right. Okay.
Spots left. And for me, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard. I'm trying to find I'm trying to think of someone other than Usher that like was up there for me where I was like, that was a halftime show. Like that.
Probably
maybe Bruno. Because I'm thinking like Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, Black Eyed Peas, like they didn't really. J-Lo and Shakira were fantastic, but I say like they're more top 10 purely off Shakira. Purely off Shakira.
Okay.
Shakira alone.
For sure.
I'm not sure. Maybe Bruno and Usher. So I would probably put Bruno.
Uh-huh.
Bruno. Okay, Usher. Usher.
Uh-huh.
Michael, Prince, Beyonce. I'm sorry.
So Beyonce gets your one slot. Okay.
That's just because like it came out like I was a teenager. Like I was like maybe like sophomore, like junior year of high school. True. I was at like my peak of celebrity, you know, like this is like seeing Beyonce perform the halftime show, and then after they had to put the blackout happen. I was like, she's so powerful. I was like, she's so powerful. I was like, oh my God. Like I was in awe.
Hold on. We forgot someone though. Ooh. Literally 2 years ago, you had your first all hip hop Super Bowl halftime show with Dre and Snoop and Kendrick and Eminem and Mary J. Blige, and then a cameo from 50. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely top 10. Definitely top 10. But for me, like I like
okay.
I like a little choreo in my you know? Okay, I like a little pop and lock. Okay, like
I feel that. No, I feel that. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna put the hip hop one in my top 5 a little bit just because, you know, it was the only one right now that we've had where it was like true hip hop. But you know, we'll see what happens. But I appreciate it. But I like that. Nobody mentions my boy Justin Timberlake, but I think I know why. Obviously, because of the first time. I meant the last time he performed, but given the first time, obviously I can kind of see why.
Yeah, but like he was winded in his performance. Like he was trying to pop and lock, it wasn't giving. He did the Prince the Prince hologram when he knew that Prince didn't want him to do that. I was like automatically worst halftime show ever. I automatically off rip just off the fact that he did that without Prince's consent.
You right, sis. You right. Sorry, Derek. I mean, I know you were gonna get on me probably after the show, but you know, sorry, my fault, bro. I'm sorry, but you right.
I have a vendetta against Justin Timberlake, so anytime that I can like give him time, I'm gonna take it.
All right, so real quick, I'm gonna just say this thought before we move on is what I was saying earlier, guys. If y'all reacted this way about Usher, wait till a certain individual, and I'm an Usher guy. Oh yeah. More than I am of this person, but I'm actually growing on this person over the years because I'm noticing that his flowers are not being handed to him enough these days. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Chris Brown.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I was talking to a coworker, and it's like we said. Here's the element about Chris Brown. Now, Usher still does a lot of current stuff. Yeah. But here's the thing about Chris Brown. This dude has songs with literally everybody from every era. He can bring you a Lil Wayne, a Young Thug, or he can get anybody.
He could bring Jordan Sparks if he really wanted to. Like he could do deep cuts.
Bruh. Speaking of which, I'm glad you said Jordan Sparks. That's one more thing I gotta ask you real quick. As a wife, right? As a wife, hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
As a wife, I gotta ask you, was Usher in pocket or out of pocket on what he did with Alicia Keys?
Here's my thing. When you're an entertainer, it comes with the job. Like I feel like a lot of times, like I feel like as like with the melding of social media and everything, we're losing recipes. You know what I'm saying? Like people used to market songs, people used to market movies just off chemistry. People used to be like, I don't know anything about Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but Brad and Angelina are hot. So you know what I'm doing? I'm going to the movie theaters this weekend. That doesn't happen anymore because everybody's like, oh, do you think that their spouses will be upset? It's acting. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real, people. It's not real. Like, don't be mad for Swiss. Swiss is happy.
Yeah, he sure didn't say anything. He was like, y'all mad at the wrong thing. Like,
yeah, exactly. She had a dress. She had a gown that covered half the stadium.
Yeah, but shout out to the people that got on her for that first starting note, because she almost, boy, that was almost rough. You can tell she a little rusty.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
you know that meme video where she's like, ah, like that clip that's gone viral.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was like, dang, Alicia, you still look good, Queen, for sure.
oh, gorgeous,
You,
gorgeous, gorgeous.
you remind me why you've been my crush for so many years, but come on now, that note. I'm glad they corrected it with the auto tune though.
I thought
Apparently,
that was wild though. I thought that was wild, bro. I respected it though. I was like, you know what? Absolutely.
yeah. The beautiful job of an audio engineer, baby. It never
Yeah.
fails. But now that we got our residues up. Oh, there is one more thing and what's cooking that I want to bring up though. Real briefly. Actually, no, you know what? I'm gonna say that for my botch of the week. We're gonna say that for the botch of the week. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I'm not even gonna cover that. Let's just get in the whip. Let me get the keys. All right, get my keys. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna drink them up. Put the keys into the ignition, ladies and gentlemen. All right, y'all. So, ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, get ready, as we're gonna take a ride down the block, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, as you can see, we are on the corner of Know Your Royal Boulevard, hanging that right down there. You see Jabroni Drive, just past the SmackDown Hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, you see us riding on the highway. Now, as we ride through the highway, we residentially pass over a city that used to be known as Suplex City. It's kind of burnt down at the moment, but we're going down and we're riding down the block. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go on our stop as we riding into Benny's Block. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Benny's Block. So what's up, sis? The floor is yours.
Up, you guys. Okay, it is an eventful week, all in women's wrestling across all promotions. So I'm really, really excited to get into it. First, I want to get something out of the way. Obviously, rest in peace to Ashley Massaro. Super tragic situation that happened with her and her unfortunate passing in 2019. Of course, we send all the love to her family and friends and anyone who had the privilege of knowing her. But essentially, what's been going on is that a statement has been released pertaining to the situation of her sexual assault at the Tribute for the Troops event. I apologize, I don't remember exactly which event it was. But that being said, as of right now, it's not looking good. Like, it's just not looking good, period, in terms of what implications it could have been, like what the locker room was potentially like during like the Divas era, during like the time when Ashley Massaro was at her peak. In the statement, she said that there was a lot of situations where like Vince McMahon was um, very sexual towards women in the locker room, and she initially thought that he wasn't really interested in her because like he wasn't really her type. But after she got the Playboy cover, things changed, dynamics changed, and he began to take a very big interest in her, even going as far as to write promos for her, which is something that creative does. That's not something that Vince McMahon typically does, unless it's like special talent, of course. And so she unfortunately had to go through a lot of different traumatic experiences that it's seeming that upper management were aware of and didn't really do too much on their end to protect her. There are even like statements still up on the WWE website talking about the sexual assault situation and essentially downplaying it. So that's just very, very disappointing. I'm really, really hoping that Paul Levesque, he just really, really continues with this cleaning up shop of getting a lot of the Vince guys out and just really starting a new era and making sure that, especially since like we have such a fantastic era of women, I would hate for the reason that one of them don't want to wrestle anymore or situations happen because and they feel as though they can't wrestle anymore because of people in powerful situations trying to manipulate people who are trying to do their best to come up. So that being said, of course, just to reiterate, we send all of our love to Ashley Massaro's family. May she rest in peace. Just terrible, especially since all of this stuff is coming out since her passing. There's not really, she can't really verbalize how she feels or where she was at the time of all of this happening. So it's just very, very sad all around to hear and super disappointing. But um moving on from that, just to get a little bit lighter, let's start with WWE. Let's start with SmackDown.
Okay.
I was super, super excited for this match between Michin and Bianca Belair. I thought that it was a really, really solid match. Shout out to Michin. I'm really, really enjoying this run that she's on. I feel like every single time that they give her a spot, that Io Sky match, she had a great showing against Tiffany Stratton a couple weeks back, and then again in this Bianca Belair match, I thought that she looked really, really strong, and I feel like she's due for a push. She's due for something. Like she's due for some type of like there's been rumors that they're potentially introducing a mid-card title. I feel like she is the perfect candidate for that type of belt.
I agree. I love that, sis. And you know, I'm a big proponent of Miss Mia Yim. I refuse to call her Beach and half the time. Mia Yim, doggone it, got it. But no, I agree. I am hoping that if that is the case, if they decide to go that route,
yeah,
given that both main event title pictures are kind of crowded, let her lead the mid card and give her that opportunity to show, because she deserves it, man. She's such a sweet soul, and hopefully, you know, she doesn't usually do interviews much, but hopefully one day, someday, we can get her on the show and she'll show us some love. You know what I'm saying? Because
I would love to pick her brain because she's super unique, like in her presentation and her moveset, everything. So I would love to pick her brain about.
For sure.
Super predictable match, but I feel like because of everything that was said, like for example, like Bianca was getting out of the ring. Like this was the first time you really saw her kind of in a while struggle to figure out her competitor. So I thought that it was a pretty good 7-minute match.
Nice.
Moving on, we have babyface Bailey.
Man.
Bailey. First off, can we just I have to like Bailey is a GOAT because I never thought that she was going face again. I thought I was like, this is probably the gear that she's gonna be in for the remainder of her career. The fact that she was able to make this turn, arguably for me, like probably besides like Jay, like last year, one of my favorite babyface turns in a very, very long time. Probably like for Bailey, like probably like my favorite. Like I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was super, super convincing. I thought that this promo that she did was excellent as well. When Dakota Kai's music hit, like this story is getting good. This story is getting good because Dakota is very, very good at making it believable. Because she was like, "Oh, I'm just so, you know, I'm so close to getting cleared. Like I had no idea." And like even her like owning up, being like, "Look, I played a role thinking that some things would blow over and it didn't. But I'm here now and I'm trying to make things right with you." And even then, like Bailey, like she's not just like the naive baby face where she's like, okay. She's like
earn your trust.
like, are you really for me? Like when Damage Control came out and they were trying to attack Bailey and Dakota defended her. Even then, Bailey was like, okay, but she was still like, okay, you like we could go backstage together. Like I think I trust you. So I really, really like where this story is going. Obviously, Dakota Kai is responsible for one of the greatest heel turns ever. War Games NXT. If you guys haven't seen that match, probably my favorite women's War Games ever. Like fantastic. So I'm curious to see where it's gonna go because the potential is there.
No, for sure. You know, one thing about Dakota, man, she is definitely, you talk about another underrated individual, another candidate for a mid-card women's title if it gets to that. Because here's the thing, man, with her, she's so cute. So it's like she gives that little girl cute innocent vibe of like, man, I really want to believe you, but no,
Yeah,
said
she knows how
Bailey,
to.
and she's deceptively. It's like two people who are with the same similar type of brain trying to figure out who can outsmart who.
Exactly.
And so stay tuned, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
excited for this story. But
Mhm.
continue, sis.
I'm curious to see where it goes. Just one note, and then my final thing will be for the botch of the week.
Okay.
But for damage control, I just need like I feel like the look of them, the like what
Mhm.
they've been wearing, like aesthetics wise, looks great. They all look like these. They just look. I was about to swear. They look amazing. They look fantastic. Like the streetwear look that they've been doing lately is really really dope. But
Yeah.
I feel like they just need a neutron and they
Mhm.
need a new theme because it doesn't fit like the we got the power, we got the rage. It doesn't really fit with what they're doing now with
Yeah.
damage control. So I feel like they need like a bit more of like a more biting theme, and then we'll be perfect. But other than
Yeah.
that, I'm happy.
It does kind of reek of like you said, yeah, it reeks of the OG damage control as Dakota tried to use and
Yeah,
mention. I'm OG, this and that. I'm like, uh-oh. Now we bring up the OG damage
yeah,
control. Like, okay, all right. But yeah, we'll see where this plays out. And what's your next final point on this one before we, move on, good sis?
yeah. So moving on to this Monday's Raw, BFAB looks really, really good with Bobby Montez and Angelo Dawkins. I'm
Okay.
excited to see where it's going. I like that they finally have a feud between the Final Testament. I just
Hmm.
want, I just want a clear direction. I just want a clear direction. I'm happy that BFAB is officially in the group. I'm happy
Yeah.
that she's going to get that featured weekly, really
Yeah.
like hone in her TV skills, her promo skills, hopefully get some in-ring action. I would love to see BFAB versus Scarlett. So give it to me.
Yeah, we
Give it to me.
we fun fact, for one, I got two gripes here.
Okay.
Number one, I need this. You mentioned, okay, they got the Final Testament. What the heck are we calling Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, and B-Fab? Because to say all of those synonyms in one thing, no, just no. Give
Because
me a name.
they were calling them Almighty Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, which is a mouthful. But now
Yeah,
that they have BFAB, it's like they can't be like Almighty Bobby Lashley with the Street Profits and BFAB. Like
please don't.
it's too
Yeah,
much. It's too much.
we
I
need a
think
solid name.
after thinking about it, Street Hurt Business. I feel
Mhm.
like I don't know. No, I mean Street Business doesn't really fit the aesthetic that
Yes.
they're going for. But
Yeah.
they gotta figure something out. They gotta figure something out. They
Yeah,
gotta.
I heard somebody say they're called the Pride, but I just haven't seen that because they don't
I like
say
that.
it. Yeah, but they got to say it because the only
Yeah,
thing is I'm hearing it, but like on social media, you're hearing it, but I want them to say it. Like,
definitively. Yeah.
give them a name like we have
And give
the
them
New
a
Day.
con. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give
You know what I'm
them
saying? Like, it's wild because we got the New Day, we got the Nation of Domination, we got the Hurt Business,
a con.
all of
OC.
these,
Yeah.
like, exactly. Exactly. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, give them a name, please. But man, I gotta my other gripe is BFAB.
Mm.
Not her personally. I
Oh yeah.
love BFAB, but it's more. I'm gonna call out. Shout out to what we was talking about on Gresham Unleashed last night. Make sure y'all peep the episode from last night after our NXT review. But we were talking about some things, and someone, a special guest of ours brought up something I didn't think about until I just really thought about it.
Mm.
Now, how is it somebody like Maxine Dupree? And
Mm.
I love Maxine because Maxine is a beautiful woman. She's doing her thing. But
Yes.
why is she getting all these in-ring opportunities when it's clear cut that she is not ready? Yet B-Fab ain't had not one opportunity in the ring
It's true.
since the time of, when she was in Hit Row,
Yeah.
right? But how long it's been since we've seen her, we don't know if she's gotten better. We don't know if she's the
She's
same.
in the dungeon. Like
Yeah.
I follow Natty and she's consistently in that dungeon, like putting in work for months now.
And that's why I'm like, and I've seen B-Fab's work ethic, like the girl go hard in what she does.
Mhm.
And not to say Maxine doesn't, I've seen her workout routine
Yeah.
too. She works out. But it's just when you look with an eye, like we were talking about, and we'll, since we're on Benny's block, let's just call it as is. We were talking about Jada Parker last night.
Yeah.
We were talking about how, Ninjas is hyping her up because of her assets, darn near, because she's a very beautiful woman. But they're like, when the bell rings, you still got to pay attention to the fact, like, yo, she's still very green. Like, she's not ready, right? But,
I was going to get to that,
looking on the outside in, like, yeah, we were looking at this men that look like, wow, this and that. But also, we're turning that off quick to see, like, what she's doing. And we're saying, hey, within a year and a half's time, she's already elevated quickly from her level up time to now. So year to a year and a half from now, she could easily be exactly what Bianca was. Like, look at Bianca's evolution from go back and look at how she was when she was green. Go look at.
Yeah, but I mean, Bianca's an anomaly. That Mae Young Classic match. That Mae Young Classic match. Triple H went backstage and was like, "Are you real? Are you a human?" Like.
Well, okay. Let's talk about Tiffany Stratton then, because I heard this. I don't know if you heard this, sis, but I heard Tiffany Stratton. Apparently, I guess they interviewed her, and I guess they were saying that they wanted her on the main roster 6 months of her into the WWE.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, I want to stay here and actually learn," right? And that gained a lot of respect in people's eyes just from that, because it's like, oh, you for real, not just a pretty face. You want to learn this. So I say that to just say, look, man, I'm not trying to make it a race thing, y'all, but it's apples, something ain't right. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. And like for me, I feel like with Maxine, because we haven't really been able to talk about her the past couple of weeks. I feel like with Maxine, ever since the Royal Rumble, because like she was excelling, slowly progressing, and like I kind of appreciated that, because she kind of reminded me of like that Divas era of like the Trish Stratus, where it's like we're watching her on the main roster figure it out, But I feel like, unfortunately, after the Royal Rumble, there were a couple spots that were a little wonky that she didn't really land, and one of them was Bailey's fault, but that head scissor, I don't know. I was like, Bailey, turn. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But the internet discourse, I feel like she might have let it get to her head, because unfortunately, like, it seems like every single week, it seems like there's like a bit of like a regression. And I think that essentially comes with the confidence, So I agree with you though. I like 100% agree with you. I would love to see more of BFAB being featured, and like just more opportunities for women, like even if they are green, to just get their reps in, to figure it out.
Look, worst case scenario, I mean, if you gotta give them some dark matches, put them on NXT or something,
and level up, do what you gotta do.
You've had people going back and forth between NXT and main
Alpha
roster.
Academy went down, but Maxine didn't really do anything besides smack somebody in metaphor. I forget. I don't think she's Backlash. But
yeah, it was okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for BFAB, and like I said, she looks great with red hair. She looks great with this tandem right here. Like, it's a great fit. It's just now I want to see more progression, direction, and true booking. We see Lashley is in the chamber for the men's, so it's like, okay, that's interesting. Especially because I didn't expect that, given the Final Testament and them being in a feud. So I'm assuming, I guess that means Lashley's gonna lose and look strong because they're gonna interfere somehow. How, I don't know. I guess they play in. Maybe some spooky-ish where they pop in, lights go out, and they're in there, and they're like, "How did they get in here?"
Oh my gosh. Something. I'm curious to see where it's gonna go.
For sure, sis. But speaking of Elimination Chamber, we have Elimination Chamber very, very close. Sis, are you looking forward to? I just found out when I realized this. Are you looking forward to watching a pay-per-view? I'm sorry, a PLE at 5 a.m. Oh boy, that's some serious dedication.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, I want to complain about it, but I follow like What Culture and Cultaholic, and like people who watch like New Japan and stuff, they're like, "Oh, you baby, suck it up. We do this weekly." I'm like, okay.
True,
You're
but we're
right.
also kind of like,
You're right.
it's kind of like
I'll grin and bear it.
like it's not my fault. I mean,
Right?
bro, it's an American thing. This is ours.
It's not our fault that they favor American audiences. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, man. It's just like, well, okay, sure. So it's just a reminder to set that alarm. Like, oh yeah, I do have to get up at 5 in the morning and watch this live. That's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
Trying to watch live like that, but
I gotta figure
we'll
it out.
see. You know. And now it's just, you know, we got the chamber. It looks like they're still shaping up, but so far so good.
Yeah, like I've been enjoying the qualifying matches, especially the one that happened on Monday. I feel like the Liv Morgan versus Zoe Stark match was honestly the best qualifying match that we've had so far. Just because
Yeah.
it's super hard hitting, super fast paced. I've been like following Liv's new era, like the whole rebrand. Like I watched her interview on the Bump, and then I've also been watching a lot of like her backstage promos. And it's still Liv, obviously.
Yeah.
There's like just like a new confidence in her. It's like a different aura, a different type level of like, now I know, like I've done it all already. Like I got the tag team titles. I won the Money in the Bank. Like I was on the run of a lifetime, and now I'm back to do it again. And I'm like, yeah.
I like that. No, I like that. And shouts out to Liv. She deserves it, man. We're happy for her. And just the stacked overall roster in general, man. Just doing this thing. And I'm gonna definitely do this with you on another week, but I don't think I got to ask you. So I'm gonna do some homework, but I'm gonna ask you next week.
I know what you're asking me.
I'm gonna ask you. You think you know how I'm going, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna compare these women's divisions, and we're gonna see right now who's got the best women's division, both on paper and like legit from producing of matches and things like booking. So we're gonna get some homework done. That's my homework for Benny's Block on next week. We're gonna compare that. All right. So we're gonna get into that. But ladies and gentlemen, man, we're getting ready to wrap this thing up, man. I know. This has been like a flyby episode. You know, I had to make this one a little shorter than normal, due to some opportunities coming up for your boy. But listen, man, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all so much for always rocking with us. I do have an unsung MVP. And you know, that might be a thing we start regularly doing here, is where we find some MVPs to dish out, you know, like an MVP of the month kind of thing, you know, not a weekly thing, but you know, who's your MVP for the month? And so, you know what? Bump it. Yeah, we're gonna throw that in here now. And that's gonna be a regular thing we do once a month. We're gonna pick an MVP. So my MVP for this month is none other than my boy, my homie, my guy, Ron the Truth Killings, aka R-Truth. Dog, somebody please give this man all kind of championships. Give this man all the championships for all I care. This man will make every championship relevant just off of how hilarious this man is, bro. Like, dog, to see this man literally take a different side of Judgment Day, from the serious to just breaking character with them, making them laugh, making Dominic Mysterio, like, bro, like this man, and I'm like, yo, he's totally trolling y'all. Like he's doing things now. I feel like in this moment where now him doing the silly, playing dumb thing, it's like, if you really look and analyze it, y'all, he's smarter than you realize he is. He's just acting like an idiot in a moment to throw the person off across from the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he caught Dominic with that t-shirt, that wasn't by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was totally doing that on purpose, right? 100%. Yeah, you know, so that's why I'm like, Truth, you know, I was watching where they recapped all of his greatest moments in WWE so far, from when he debuted the very, very first time in the 2000s Attitude Era, because a lot of people were like, whoa, he was in the Attitude Era? You're like, yeah, he was K Quick. You didn't recognize him back then because he was lower than a mid-carder, to be honest. He was bottom of the barrel. But the thing about it is, he talked about how he was a youngin, you know what I'm saying? And then transitioned and became, he went to TNA, won the NWA champion, something that's an underrated accolade because he is the first and I do believe the only NWA black champion. So, that accolade already solidifies his legendary status, but to then come back in 2008, and like he said, he was like, this time that version of me was more of a man. Like, I'm not the boy that I was the first time. Now I'm a grown man. I'm feeling emotional. I'm angry. I'm this and that. Then he's like, but I was still even then finding myself and my footing. Like the physicality was there, all of this was there, but the connectivity and things like that, I was still trying to find my footing in places there. So then that's when he mentioned stuff like when him and Carmella linked up and they had the connection they had and how golden that was, because that was magic. I loved those two together, right? They were such a good fit. And just over and over. So like it just, MVP, man, truth, man, dog, to see his journey from the championships he has won, moments with the Miz, like how he shared just being able to wrestle The Rock and John Cena twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he's had moments where it's really dope to see, and he's still making moments as he goes. And for his age to do what he's doing still and be relevant to the fans, hey man, just saying, give this man some type of chance.
Want truth chance, and they're strong.
Yeah, like, bro, give this. He's him. Look, listen, Paul. I know you see it. All right, now I'm calling for. I feel he'll get his first WrestleMania moment, like true WrestleMania moment. Him and Miz are gonna win those titles off Judgment Day. That's my call, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if one day before this man retires, I don't know how, don't know when, but if that man can get a WWE championship, he will do something that no man has ever done.
Yeah.
Which is be NWA World Heavyweight Champion and WWE Champion. Nobody's ever done that.
Well, that's crazy.
Well, no black wrestler has ever done that.
Yeah.
All right. So that would be crazy. I don't know how they would get there, but if they do that.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be dope.
Yeah, man. So I'm giving Truth the MVP for the month. I feel like that's gonna be for a while, but he killed me just with that DX line on DIY because I was like, bro, what? I was
like, yeah, every week he's able to land one.
Man, he can't. But Ash, do you have an MVP for this month that you want to crown?
I want to give. Let me see. It's a toss up for me. Like I have a couple that I'm really loving, but I feel like I have to give the MVP of the month to actually Jada Parker.
Oh, okay.
I have to give it to Jada Parker. Here's why.
Okay.
My girl has had 6 matches. 6 matches. And her ability to already, like, she's already doing things that veterans do in terms of in-ring psychology. Like, she knows the perfect time to play to the crowd. She knows the perfect time to look into the camera and tell, like, she can't handle me. Like, she knows all. She already has that character work down so well and so polished. The look is there. The athleticism is there. Once she gets that polishing in the ring, once she gets more reps in the ring, she is going to be a force. Like, she cut a promo last night where she was just looking into the camera and then she walked off and said, "Who's next?" Like, the energy, the confidence is something that we have not seen. Yes. I feel like in wrestling before, at least in a really, really long time. And something else that I just really, really feel like me personally, I just feel like Black women are made for wrestling. Like, we just have that natural charisma.
Say it, sis.
Natural charisma, that natural capability to captivate a crowd. Like, let's look, Naomi, Lash Legend, Kaylani Jordan, Mercedes, all of these women Jakara, who started and just the trajectory just went so fast because they just got it in terms of that character. They just got it in terms of that character. It's a cheat code.
Yeah.
It's a cheat code. So
Okay.
shout out to Jada Parker. Shout out to Jada Parker.
Shout out to Miss Parker, and I'm totally using that. That Derek, remember that clip because that's the promo clip right there. That what she just said. That's the promo clip. That's what we're promoting on this episode right there. I want the black ladies to get their shine. It's still Black History Month, doggone it. Clip that part. But man, you know that is a great one, and well, really, the only thing left to really ask for you, sis. Oh, real quick, we got to shout out and give a special congrats to who would have thought the Wolf Dogs on becoming the new NXT Tag Team Champions. That was a moment and a match that was really fire. Baron Corbin.
Yes. Also, something from AEW, March 13th. We're going to Boston. We're going to Boston.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Time.
Mm-hmm.
It's the return.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was about to ask, that's what I meant to ask you about your Mercedes watch. And now we know. Oh, the radar is on full obvious mode.
Oh, we put the back signal up. I put the back signal up every night. Like, I'm like, we need you, Queen. Like, we need you, Queen.
Yeah.
Standing out there like Jim Gordon.
Yeah, shout out to her, Trinity, and John Fatu, I guess we'd say Jimmy, but shout out to and Bailey, all them repping the 49ers and just at the Super Bowl living life. I was like, okay, all right, I'll see y'all. True friendship. You love to see that. You know what I'm saying? No matter what company, no matter where you're at, true friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
I love it.
So yeah, man. Before we get ready to call this thing an episode, good peoples, we'd like to say first and foremost, well, I'll get into that after the fact. You know what time it is, baby. It's we gotta talk about the botch of the week. Botch of the week. So I'm gonna start with you, sis, because I know you had something. So go ahead. What's your botch of the week?
My botch of the week goes to whoever is backstage in WWE and is playing with Bailey.
Oh,
stop playing with Bailey. Why was Bailey not at the press conference? Thunder Rosa is asking these questions.
Come on.
She's not even on the same promotion, wondering why a set match was not promoted at the WrestleMania kickoff press conference. They have Becky and Rhea, an unconfirmed match. Mind you, we're having a whole wham bam boom to see who's facing Rhea, but they're promoting Becky versus Rhea.
Wow. And technically, their title's supposed to be the number one title, supposedly. So when Bianca had it, they were hyping that title up the most, right?
Exactly, adding that different level of esteem. So it's like,
weird. Stop
playing on Bailey's name. Every single time that they're doing stuff on promotional stuff, they're talking about Royal Rumble winners. They got Cody on the cover. Where is Bailey? Where is my top talent? Where is my main event queen? Like, where is Bailey? No, and that's another reason why I really have an issue with the potential of this tag match between The Rock, Cody, Seth, and Roman, because it's taking away a spot from someone like Io and Bailey who deserve it with the story. They should not be main eventing both nights.
Yeah.
So for that, whoever is playing in Bailey's face backstage, I'm watching you and you're not funny and you need to fix it. Okay? You need to fix it. Stop playing with Bailey. Stop playing with Bailey.
That was good, sis. I rocks with it. You know what? I think I might can go one better. It's hard to top what you just said. But my botch of the week might actually possibly top that one. Because this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, my botch of the week is gonna go to the entire company and corporation known as Anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you let a man like Scott D'Amore go?
That's
all for a reason of I just want more money to make a company that he literally resurrected single-handedly that was dying by limb by limb, as Shayna Baszler greatly says. They were dying limb by limb.
Yeah.
He single-handedly made us care about TNA again to the point where he brought the name back and made the company what it is.
Yeah.
Okay? This man was passionate. You saw the passion. You felt the passion. You got rallied from the passion. This man galvanized the entire locker room. Yeah. Everybody loved and rode or died for this man.
Yeah, facts.
All he wanted. You see Nick, they had their first pay-per-view. Okay? This man had Ash by Elegance, formerly known as Dana Brooke, pop up. Got my boy Nick Nemeth popping up at the main event, a.k.a. Don Ziggler. Dog. He wanted to bring more bigger names in. Mercedes could have possibly been in TNA. Yeah. But you idiots couldn't follow the recipe. If you really want to make more money, because I don't get it with you corporations. You want to make money, you say. You care about money, you say. But when you want to fork out money, you don't want to fork out the money to get more money when all your dumb self had to do was literally grant this man the wish, trust this man. You made him your face of your brand. Yeah. But now you just want to say, oh, here's some money. Just go do this, go do that. Put your little pay-per-views on. Here's a network that we're not using. Nobody, put them on a network nobody cares about. Yeah. I don't know who knows. I mean, Access is better than some of the previous networks they've been on, but still, who the heck watches Access? Nobody. So at the end of the day, Anthem, you failed. And you, all of you, y'all get the botch this week. Because I don't know if this man, and if y'all don't fix this, y'all are going for a real deep dive. Because you've been put somebody to replace this man that don't know nothing about wrestling at all. Yeah. Nothing. That's already a major fail. Yeah. And the moment this fails, you better pray. That this man don't get scooped up by WWE or AEW. Because, man, listen, if that happens, oh my goodness. Brother, listen, TNA, you better fix it. Better yet, Anthem, you better fix it. Because I can't put this on TNA. It's on you. You better fix it. And you fix it now, today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's
Justice.
It's a testament to how talented and how amazing he was. Like the entire locker room stood up, from top talents to mid-card to lower card. Like you could tell that he was so passionate and took the time to really get to know the roster and shape that division into what it is today. Like I don't think that I would be watching TNA if it wasn't someone like Scott making the choices to give Trinity a platform and to make these big moves and make these huge statements, making even agreements of like having someone like Jordan Grace enter the Royal Rumble. Like,
that's what I'm saying, man. Look, at the end of the day, these were solid botch of the weeks. Yeah. So shout out to both of us on that one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all decide which one of us had the better botch of the week. Maybe we both won that one. I don't know. But at the end of the day,
I mean, the Scott one's a pretty big L.
It is, but so is the Bailey situation. Because at the end of the day, Bailey deserves better. I'm just saying. Fact. She's the most overlooked out of the four horse. Yeah. You know
and before Bianca, she was the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion, like over a year. Exactly. So they trusted her with holding that company on her back during the pandemic era, and she did. She did with Sasha Banks. So it's like, give her her dues. Give her her dues.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, man, again, we thank y'all so much for rocking with us week after week, episode after episode. As you can see, we've been consistently rolling with y'all. Yeah, man, we on the road to 100 episodes. Keyword, we on the road to 100 episodes. Y'all know we're going to try to make this 100th episode real special for y'all. But nonetheless, as always, thank y'all so much for rocking with us. If you haven't already, like I said, make sure you check out the Independent Spotlight. It is the sub show. It's not the main show. This is the main show. Okay. The Independent Spotlight is its own little series, little mini series where we just basically get to know independent wrestlers on the scene, who they are, what they're about, all that good stuff, man, and have some non-wrestling conversations with them as well, because we still people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So we just chopping it up. But make sure you check it out. We already 3 episodes in on that, baby. So y'all make sure y'all keep it locked, check it out. Ash will be sitting down with some lady independent wrestlers as well for the independent spotlight. So y'all just, don't worry, ladies, y'all coming on the show too. We working on it. All right. Follow everything Life's a Botch _OTS on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff, man. Show us some love. Appreciate y'all, man. We got a lot of content and short form content coming for y'all that we always try our best to post up. Oh, before I forget, make sure, speaking of our Mercedes Monet watch, make sure, shout out to my boy Gresh for always coming through for your boy with the edits. Your boy promised and he delivered. I brought the wrestling freestyles back, and none other than the very first debut of the wrestling freestyles being back, we did a freestyle to none other than Miss Mercedes Monet. So make sure y'all go check that Monet freestyle, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all like that joint. Shout out to my boy Gresh with the edits. Like I said, it's Black History Month, so we got to go all black. So we kicked it off with the boss. And you know what I'm saying? Well, the boss. She's still the boss at the end of the day. Even so, go show some love on that. You can head over to Gresh Unleashed on YouTube. Show some love on the videos there, and interact with us, man. We appreciate y'all. Also, make sure you follow all things OTS Media Co. That's the platform behind this platform. Without OTS Media Co., we don't exist, y'all. So we need y'all to subscribe to OTS Media Co. on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. You'll see every Life's a Botch episode pop up. You can catch us live on OTS Media Co. or on Life's a Botch, either or, right? So if you're following either or, you're going to see us when we go live on post shows. Given how early it is for Elimination Chamber, I don't know, that's kind of early. We might go live, we might not. I don't know. It's still like get your cup of coffee kind of thing.
Let's see, because it's on a Saturday, right?
It's on a Saturday, but we got to be up at like 5 a.m., which means I would guess the show probably ends around 7, 8 a.m.ish.
It's crazy because I normally go into work at 9:30. It's on Saturday, so I'm be like, damn.
We'll call it. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
You know what I'm saying? Just let hubby know that if you get the text at like 5, 6 in the morning, it's mainly just your bro over here trying to see like, hey, we trying to go live or no?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. We keep it respectable, people. That's what we do. That's what you're supposed to do. But nonetheless, yeah, man. So Ash, real quick, tell the good people where they can find and follow you and all that good stuff.
So you can find me at Ash Benny on all social media platforms.
Of course. And of course, you already know, follow your boy at all social media platforms at Hi-Lite Life, HILITE Life. And of course, make sure you catch our own hostess right here, Miss Ash Benny, on Fans, right here, brought to you by OTS Media Co. She is the official new co-host with my boy Chris Robb. So make sure y'all tune in, keep it locked. And as always, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us. So I need everybody real quick to throw up those 2 sweet signs for one big old 2 sweet. Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, catch y'all later. We are out.